how's the mediation between Wilder Fury 3?
It's there is no mediation. I mean, there has been. Over Christmas and New Year, there was mediation. I don't know. Maybe the mediator will be able to solve the situation. But, we got a real problem because Tyson Fury has said to me and to the mediator that not today, not tomorrow, and not ever would he ever fight Wilder after what Wilder said to him. He regards it as a slur not only against him, but against the Gypsy Nation.
And when was this conversation? When was this conversation?
Yeah. When was the conversation?
Yeah.
It was, he talked with Weinstein a couple of weeks ago and with me over the weekend.
Okay.
I mean, within a day or so. Yeah, I mean, a few days,
So is he willing to release the belt? The WBC belt?
Why would he have to release the belt?
I'm just because of I'm just saying if the mediation goes in favor of Wilder, in your opinion, do you think
he has to decide whether he wants to defy any kind of order. I mean, I don't want to get into legalities, but the idea of anybody stopping the Fury Joshua fight just can't happen. And the belts aren't. I mean, the WBC belt isn't an issue.
Okay, gotcha.
As you guys heard on the audio, Bob Arum talked to Barbershop Conversation, which I'm gonna leave the link for the full video in the description box below, which Bob Arum informed the public that Tyson Fury told him and the judge he would not be fighting Deontay Wilder, not today, not tomorrow, and not ever, which is exactly what Tyson Fury told the public a couple months ago when he was asked about Deontay Wilder accusations. Tyson Fury, instead of responding to Deontay Wilder accusations, which Wilder specifically pointed out the tampered gloves, Fury replied by claiming he will never fight Deontay Wilder again. Now, it's one thing to tell the public that information to deflect from the accusations. However, it's another to tell the mediator, the retired judge, that you will never fight Deontay Wilder again. Because if that's the case, why are they still in mediation? This mediation was supposed to be over a month ago. However, Wilder and Fury still in mediation till this day. So something is not adding up. If Tyson Fury is never going to fight Deontay Wilder again, in which he made it clear on more than one occasion, why are they still in mediation in order to agree to some type of settlement? For the people that's not informed, mediation is an intervention to solve a dispute. Both teams have to agree to a decision. If they don't, then it automatically goes to arbitration, in which Wilder has 2 months to activate arbitration. Therefore, how come we haven't passed stage 1? Something doesn't make sense. If Tyson Fury made it clear he's not fighting Deontay Wilder again, why he haven't walked out of the mediation? Unless there's something bonding Tyson Fury to the rematch clause. Otherwise, the mediation would have ended a long time ago. Therefore, if according to Bob, Tyson Fury made it clear he will never fight Deontay Wilder again, the $1 million question, why are we still in mediation? In which, luckily, Bob Arum gave us the $1 million answer. Bob Arum stated, and I quote, "There is no mediation." But then he also followed up with, there's been mediation over Christmas and New Year's. Well, that statement contradicted the previous statement. That's why you can't take what Bob says at face value. We all know Bob Arum has his fighter best interest. Bob wanted to make the trilogy, but as soon as he found out Fury wanted no parts of Wilder on an even playing field, now Bob is coming to his senses. Bob Arum clearly knows that Tyson Fury have something to hide. But what Bob is saying to defend Fury is just not adding up. Even when he's explaining the mediation process, like I told you guys before, Bob Arum was the main person that wanted to postpone the trilogy till February 2021 due to the pandemic. Then all of a sudden, Bob did a U-turn claiming the rematch clause expired in October and Fury is free to fight AJ. We all know what time it is, guys. I mean, they've been talking about Fury versus AJ even when the Wilder versus Fury trilogy was still on. Remember, guys, both AJ and Tyson Fury agreed to fight each other all the way back in 2020 when the trilogy was still on, when the rematch clause was still active, before it was expired. Therefore, this was always part of the plan. The only thing that wasn't part of the plan is Deontay Wilder finding out about Tyson Fury cheating tactics. Nevertheless, let's get back to what Bob Arum had to say. Bob Arum revealed that Tyson Fury told the mediator, or the retired judge, that the reason why he does not want to fight Deontay Wilder for the third time is because he disrespected him, he accused him of cheating, and he also dissed his culture, all the gypsies, so on and so forth. Now, first of all, that's absolute cap. I mean, these are express lies, to say the least. First of all, Deontay Wilder accusing Tyson Fury of cheating has nothing to do with Tyson Fury refusing to honor his rematch clause. You know why that is? Because people lie, women lie, men lie, Tyson Fury definitely lie. However, the numbers and the dates don't lie. Tyson Fury pulled out of the trilogy before Deontay Wilder came out and exposed him of cheating. You guys could go back and check the dates. Tyson Fury came out and made it clear to the public that he was not going to fight Deontay Wilder again in a trilogy fight way before Deontay Wilder exposed him of cheating. Matter of fact, by the time Wilder came out and exposed Fury of cheating was around the time Fury was selecting his next cherry pick to fight on the December 5th date. Therefore, we could go ahead and eliminate that excuse. Now, Tyson Fury's second excuse was Deontay Wilder accused him of cheating. However, guess what? When the evidence are overwhelming, when we have witnesses such as Tyson Fury, sparring partner Nicholas Asbury, when we have a legendary coach, Barry, that was in Tyson Fury camp for the Wilder fight, when they witnessed Tyson Fury cheat in sparring, which is actually on footage, there is DNA evidence from the sparring to the fight. There's even x-rays by doctors of Fury denting Deontay Wilder's head, which is not physically possible with a 10-ounce heavyweight gloves on. So if Fury want to tell the judge, I don't want to fight Deontay Wilder because I got my feelings hurt with the truth, then guess what? That's the hope insurance benefit. I bet you can't be a brother and say that to the judge. And last but not least, Fury claiming Wilder disrespected the gypsies. I mean, the audacity. This is coming from Tyson Fury, the same man that disrespected Anthony Joshua for standing up for his people like how a real champion would. during the Black Lives Matter movement. Tyson Fury at the time disrespected both AJ and the Black Lives Matter movement. This is coming from the same guy that started Travelers Life Matter. I mean, think about it. Tyson Fury does not want to feel sympathy for others around the time they're going through a rough time of mistreatment. I'm talking about 100 times more mistreatment than a gypsy will ever experience. And Tyson Fury doesn't want to feel sympathy for others, but he wants the world to feel sympathy for him. Usually, when you get mistreated, you will automatically relate to another person that's being mistreated. You won't clown him for it, but that's what Tyson Fury did to Anthony Joshua and his people. Then Fury has the audacity to bring up race to the judge in order to justify him not wanting to fight Deontay Wilder in a third trilogy bout on an even playing field. We all know what time it is. I mean, just think about it, guys. If you get disrespected by someone that you already beat up twice, with ease, supposedly, right? And this man disrespected your mama. He disrespected your religion. He disrespected your culture. We're gonna take it there. What are you gonna do to this man? You already beat this man twice. You gonna beat his ass a third time? Excuse my language. Now let's backtrack. Let's sweeten the deal. Let's say on top of all of the above, you're going to make $50 million for beating this man that disrespected you. That's going to give you more of a reason to beat his tail. Therefore, to all the people that's tuning in, I want you guys to answer this question. If you in that position, would you turn the fight down to fight the man that disrespected you when you could earn $50 million? The same man you supposedly beat twice in the past without trying? Or would you fight him? But I want you guys to peep the comment section. All these decafs, all they do is deflect. They won't respond to any of my points or the facts I bring up, regardless of how much I make sense. It's never been about making sense. It's never been about the truth. When it comes to these decafs, the truth does not matter. Matter of fact, the truth does not exist as long a fighter on the hope list defeat a fighter from the coincidental list. That's all that matters. It does not matter how Tyson Fury gets the job done. Furthermore, let's run that same scenario back just one more time. However, this time around, you walking with your family, you getting disrespected left and right by this person that you already beat up twice. But the last time you beat this person, you had to use brass knuckle. However, this time around, you don't have the brass knuckle with you. Are you going to fight this fella? Or are you going to keep it moving? Doesn't that sound like somebody suspicious, ladies and gentlemen? That sounds like Tyson Fury, the man that will always be infamously known for tampering with his gloves. Tyson Fury will never be a real champion in the eyes of the people. Therefore, the conclusion to all of the above is that we talking about fighters at the end of the day, or at least the night. You see Deontay Wilder get cheated, but he doesn't sue Tyson Fury yet. He wants to get his revenge with his own hand. On the other hand, Tyson Fury, he cheats, then orders witness protection to avoid a trilogy. I've never seen a fighter breach a rematch clause, which is a further proof that this man cheated. You see all these Tyson Fury fans, or excuse me, all these Deontay Wilder haters, in fact, they went from claiming, what are you going to say, Akhi, when Fury knock out Deontay Wilder a third time? Well, it's funny how the world turns. I'm going to ask you guys, what are you guys gonna say? What excuses you decafs going to come up with when Tyson Fury is running for his life to avoid a Deontay Wilder trilogy match? You guys can't claim, well, he already beat him twice. It's too easy. Because according to Tyson Fury himself, Deontay Wilder trilogy fight is more dangerous than an Anthony Joshua fight. He's the most dangerous heavyweight. I did not say this. Your favorite fighter from yesterday, Tyson Fury, said it. So I really wonder what you decafs going to say now. Tyson Fury doesn't even have the cojones to hop in the ring with Deontay Wilder on an even playing field. He's a disgrace to the sport of boxing, to say the least. Now, Eddie Hearn recently came out and said Fury versus Anthony Joshua is a done deal. Well, we heard it was a done deal a year ago. So that ain't surprising to me, but I believe it when I see it, because the truth will always come out. It may take a day, it may take a year, but the truth will always prevail. The truth is like that wave of the ocean. You can never stop the wave from getting to its destination. Therefore, we're going to talk more about this subject on Split Decision. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't. And listen to these decafs, the dumb, casual ass fans / old media that don't know shit about boxing. Word to Roger Mayweather, may he rest in peace, inshallah. Shout out to my broski, my Akhi, Deontay, for being the entrepreneur of new media that I'm a part of. And if you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore boxing fan, all you got to do is click on that notification bell to get notified. Every time I post or go live on Split Decision is a boxing debate / talk show, mixed, master, engineered, produced by yours truly, Akhi, the past, present, and future undisputed pound for pound. When it comes to debating, I got these decafs shook. They're scared to look every time Akhi's on TV, because the truth is always bad news for these decafs. The truth is these decafs kryptonite. Like I said time and time again, 3 things that can never ever be hitting: the sun, the moon, and the truth. They will always come out. Shout out to every single one of my Akhis, and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace, and we out here.